Welcome to Soft Trail Adventures. My name is JD. Today I will be visiting a town called Acala, Texas. It's called a ghost town by many. Acala, Texas is a community that is located on Highway 20, about 34 miles northwest of Sierra Blanca and 54 miles southeast of El Paso, Texas. As of 2020, according to the U.S. Census, it has a population of 11 people only. Acala was named for the Acala cotton, a type of cotton produced in Mexico. Acala, Texas is approximately 2 miles in a straight line from the U.S. and Mexican border. The U.S. and Mexican border is divided by the Rio Grande, which is really close to Acala, and is responsible for the production of agricultural products as cotton in the area. Acala was founded before 1925 when a post office was built by a Mrs. Julia A. Vaughn as a postmistress. In 1927, Acala had a population of about 50 people. However, about 2 years later, those numbers doubled. By the mid-1930s, the population had fallen to an estimated 10 people. So in the 1930s, they only had 10 people in Acala, and according to the U.S. Census in 2020, they only had approximately 11 people. However, further research shows that Acala has a possible population of 40 people. As I drove through the town, it was vacant. I didn't see much of anything. The main store or the main area is vacant, abandoned. The grocery store has nothing there. I wanted to go inside. I wanted to look at the back area of the buildings. However, they have no trespassing signs, and I need to respect that. Acala is an interesting town. You can see abandoned old cars there. Over the years, Acala's population changed according to the economics. As an example, with increased mechanized equipment of cotton raising, the need for field workers decreased, so people began to leave the area. However, by the 1960s, talking about population again, it had dropped to 50. In the 1970s to 25. Over the years, the railroad removed the spur to the town, and Interstate 10 replaced the 2-lane Highway 80 through Acala, bypassing the town. Currently, Acala, like I said before, is scattered buildings, abandoned properties. It is very quiet, very peaceful. Like I said before, it is very close to the U.S.-Mexican border. If you do go visit the town, do it during daylight hours. Possible drug smuggling in the area or human smuggling in the area. I did see U.S. Border Patrol, Highway Patrol in the area. I did not see anything questionable. However, if you do visit, do it during daylight hours. I must say it is very peaceful. You can hear the wind, the southwest wind. It is quite beautiful. The sky, blue skies, clouds, desert, railroad tracks. If you like quiet, lonely places, peaceful places, Acala is a good place to stop for a few moments and go home. Here I am driving the bridge over Interstate 10 that connects Acala between Interstate 10 east and west. I cross some railroad tracks, and it leads me through a gravel road. Any vehicle could travel that pretty much. You don't need a four-wheel drive. If it's raining, I would be hesitant to go in there. I then proceeded to leave Acala, Texas. It was quite peaceful, quite solitude, quite beautiful. I got back on Texas Highway 20 going east. I ended up crossing a small town called Fort Hancock. Fort Hancock, according to information found, has a population of about to 100 people. It's also an agriculture area or community. What's really interesting about Fort Hancock, at one time it was a military station. It was there for the U.S. 10th Cavalry, and it was composed of the Buffalo Soldiers, who are African Americans. They were serving there to protect the communities or travelers that were coming from San Antonio and El Paso, Texas. It's also across Porvenir, Chihuahua, Mexico. It's an interesting area, beautiful area, quiet. They do have a post office. They have a little bit more facilities or buildings. It's a larger community. It's not a ghost town. This would be Fort Hancock. It was also named after a Union general during the Civil War. As I continue my trek, I ended up in a small town called McNairy. At one time it was called Nulu, N-U-L-O. However, it was renamed McNairy after James G. McNairy, a local businessman. In September of 1923, renamed it to McNairy, or after his name. Very much McNairy is like a cotton point or shipping algodon plantation, which means cotton. It is very desolate. There's not much there. As I continue traveling east, I found Texas Farm Road 192. It's a narrow road, a two-lane road. It's really close to the U.S.-Mexican border, it's understood. Like I said many times before, this place is really quiet, a lot of solitude, a lot of peace, quite beautiful. Of everything that I found or discovered during this adventure or travel, is Acala is history. It's beautiful history of a town that at one time was doing well, based in agriculture products. Then it dwindled. Then Fort Hancock, which is really close to Acala, was actually a military station that was manned by the Buffalo Soldiers, who served in the 10th U.S. Cavalry. So the area has history, interesting history. Finally, I found a goat farm. It was interesting, as you could see in the video. So if you're planning a visit to this area, like I said before, you'll find blue skies, green fields, you'll hear the wind, solitude, and peace. But keep in mind, you are close to the U.S.-Mexican border. So if you can go with somebody, do it during daylight hours. Thank you for watching this channel. Wishing everybody well. Soft Trail Adventures. Thank you.